Did you know that eating disorders affect millions worldwide, yet remain largely misunderstood? A silent battle waged behind closed doors, these disorders are much more than just about food. They are complex mental health conditions that carry severe physical and emotional consequences. They're prevalent across all walks of life, transcending age, gender, and cultural boundaries. Yet they are often shrouded in misconceptions that perpetuate stigma and hinder recovery. The journey to understanding eating disorders is not an easy one. It's a path that requires us to challenge societal norms, question our beliefs, and extend empathy towards those who are struggling. It's about acknowledging that these disorders are not a choice, but a serious health issue that requires comprehensive treatment. As we delve into the intricacies of eating disorders, we aim to shed light on their realities, debunk myths, and underscore the importance of support and recovery. Today we embark on a journey to explore the path towards recovery from eating disorders. An eating disorder is not just about food, it's a complex mental health condition. Eating disorders are often misunderstood, seen in a simplistic light as a mere obsession with food, weight, or appearance. But they're far more intricate. They're complex psychological conditions that can have devastating impacts on an individual's physical health, emotional well-being, and overall quality of life. Let's delve into the labyrinth of eating disorders, unmasking the complexity behind them. Anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and binge eating disorder are among the most common types of these conditions. Anorexia nervosa is characterized by a distorted body image and an irrational fear of gaining weight, leading to self-starvation and excessive weight loss. Individuals with this disorder often perceive themselves as overweight, even when they're dangerously underweight. Bulimia nervosa, on the other hand, involves periods of excessive eating, followed by compensatory behaviors such as forced vomiting, fasting, or excessive exercise. This vicious cycle of binging and purging creates a sense of loss of control and deep-seated guilt. Then we have binge eating disorder, which involves recurrent episodes of eating large quantities of food to the point of discomfort. Unlike bulimia, these episodes are not followed by compensatory behaviors, leading to feelings of shame, distress, and potential weight gain. It's crucial to understand that these disorders are not lifestyle choices or phases that one simply grows out of. They are serious, often fatal illnesses that stem from a variety of biological, psychological, and sociocultural factors. Moreover, eating disorders don't discriminate. They can affect anyone regardless of age, gender, ethnicity, or socioeconomic status. They sneak into lives quietly, often unnoticed until they've taken a firm hold. But there's hope. With early detection, comprehensive treatment, and steadfast support, recovery is within reach. Remember, these complex conditions are not the person's identity, nor do they define their worth. They are illnesses, not character flaws, and they can be overcome. Understanding these disorders is the first step towards recovery. It's time to unmask the reality of eating disorders, shedding light on their complexity, and paving the way towards healing and recovery. But what causes an eating disorder? The answer is not as simple as you might think. Eating disorders are like complex tapestries woven from various threads, each thread representing a different contributing factor. There isn't a singular cause that we can pinpoint, but instead a delicate interplay of genetic, biological, psychological, and environmental factors. Let's start by looking at genetics. Research shows that if a person has a family member with an eating disorder, they are more likely to develop one themselves. This suggests a genetic predisposition. However, genetics alone do not dictate the onset of these disorders. They merely increase the susceptibility. Biology plays a role too. Certain hormonal imbalances or nutritional deficiencies can contribute to the development of eating disorders. Some studies even suggest that dysregulated serotonin, a neurotransmitter involved in mood regulation, might be involved. Psychological factors are significant contributors as well. Conditions like anxiety, depression, and obsessive-compulsive disorder often coexist with eating disorders. A person's temperament and personality traits, such as perfectionism or sensitivity to criticism, can also make them more vulnerable. Now let's talk about environmental factors. We live in a society that often glorifies thinness and equates it with beauty and success. This constant pressure to conform to unrealistic beauty standards can fuel negative body image and unhealthy eating behaviors. Add to that, experiences like bullying, trauma, or critical comments about one's body or eating habits can act as triggers. It's important to understand that these factors don't operate in isolation. They interact and intertwine in unique ways for each individual, setting the stage for the onset of an eating disorder. That's why it's crucial not to oversimplify the causes or blame the person struggling with the disorder. It's not about lack of willpower or vanity, it's about a complex interplay of factors that are often out of one's control. To sum up, eating disorders are complex conditions that arise from a combination of long-standing behavioral, emotional, psychological, interpersonal, and social factors. It's a multifaceted issue, requiring a comprehensive approach for understanding and treatment. Recovery from an eating disorder is not an easy path, but it's definitely possible and worth it. The initial steps of recovery are often the most challenging, yet they're also the most essential. It begins with acknowledging that there is a problem. This is a critical step as it opens the door to seeking help. Recognizing the issue might be painful, it might stir up feelings of fear or vulnerability, but remember, it's the first stride towards healing. Next comes seeking help. This might mean reaching out to a trusted friend or family member, contacting a healthcare professional, or even dialing a helpline. It's important to remember that seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but rather a demonstration of courage and strength. It's okay to ask for assistance, it's okay to admit that you can't do it alone, and that's where a supportive network comes into play. Surrounding yourself with people who understand your struggles can make a world of difference. This doesn't necessarily mean they have to have experienced an eating disorder themselves. Empathy, understanding, and unconditional support are what truly counts. Your supportive network might include friends, family, therapists, dietitians, support groups, or online communities. These are the people who will stand by your side, cheering you on every step of the way. They'll celebrate your victories no matter how small, and they'll help you navigate through the tough times. Remember, recovery is not a race, it's a journey. It's a series of small steps leading towards a healthier, happier you. It might not always be easy, there might be setbacks along the way, but every step you take on this journey is a step in the right direction. And most importantly, know that you're not alone. There are countless others who have walked this path before you, and countless more who will walk it after you. You are part of a community, a family of warriors, all fighting the same battle. The road to recovery begins with a single step, acknowledging the problem. And with each subsequent step, you're moving closer to a life of health, happiness, and freedom from your eating disorder. There are several treatment options available for those battling eating disorders. Just as every person is unique, so too are the paths to recovery. There's no single right way to heal, but a multitude of options tailored to meet individual needs and circumstances. Let's delve into some of these options that have proven to be effective in this journey towards recovery. Therapy stands as a cornerstone in the treatment of eating disorders. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, for example, helps individuals understand the thoughts and feelings that influence their behaviors. It's about identifying harmful thought patterns and developing healthier, more balanced ways of thinking. Another effective approach is dialectical behavior therapy, or DBT, which focuses on teaching coping skills to combat destructive urges. It uses mindfulness, emotional regulation, and distress tolerance techniques to manage the symptoms of eating disorders. Medication, too, can play a vital role in treatment. While there's no magic pill to cure eating disorders, certain medications can help manage accompanying symptoms or conditions, such as anxiety or depression. It's crucial to note that medication should be used in conjunction with therapy, not as a standalone treatment. Nutritional counseling is also a key component of recovery. Registered dietitians can provide personalized meal plans and education on the role of nutrition in maintaining a healthy body and mind. They can help debunk food myths, reframe negative beliefs about food, and promote a balanced relationship with eating. Importantly, treatment should be individualized and comprehensive. It's not just about addressing the physical symptoms, but also the underlying psychological issues. A multidisciplinary team of professionals, including psychologists, psychiatrists, dietitians, and medical doctors, should collaborate to create and implement a holistic treatment plan. Remember, reaching out for help is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your strength. It's about taking that first brave step towards reclaiming your life. And while the path may be challenging, know that you're not alone. Remember, recovery is not one size fits all. It's a unique journey for each individual. Support from loved ones plays a crucial role in the recovery process. Just as a lighthouse guides ships safely to shore amidst a stormy sea, a strong support system can guide those on their journey to recovery from eating disorders. Consider the role of family and friends. These individuals often serve as the first line of defense, providing a safe space for open conversations and emotional expression. They become the pillars of strength, offering encouragement and reassurance in moments of self-doubt and despair. Remember, these are the people who know you best, who love you unconditionally. They want nothing more than to see you regain your health and happiness. However, it's important to realize that while family and friends can provide immense emotional support, they may not always understand what you're going through. This is where support groups come into play. In these groups, comprised of individuals who are going through or have gone through similar experiences, you'll find a unique form of support. Recovery is not just the end of an eating disorder, it's the beginning of a new, healthier life. Imagine waking up each day with a renewed sense of energy, the kind that makes you want to dance in the kitchen while making breakfast, or take that early morning jog you've always wanted to. That's what recovery gifts you, a newfound zest for life that stems from improved physical health. Recovery from an eating disorder is like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. You shed the layers of self-doubt, guilt, and fear that once held you captive, and in their place, you find a vibrant, resilient being ready to take on the world. This transformation isn't just physical, it's emotional and mental too. Your relationships begin to bloom as you start to open up, share your story, and let others in. You're no longer hiding or pretending, but living authentically and loving openly. The beauty of recovery is, it brings you closer to yourself. You start seeing yourself as more than just your disorder. You realize your worth isn't tied to your appearance, but to the unique qualities that make you, you. Your creativity, your kindness, your courage. You start to embrace these attributes, and in doing so, your self-esteem skyrockets. You become more confident, more assertive, more you. But let me tell you this, recovery isn't a destination, it's a journey. A journey that requires patience, perseverance, and plenty of self-love. There will be days when you stumble, days when you fall, but remember, it's okay to have bad days. It's okay to not be okay. What's important is that you pick yourself up, dust off, and keep going. Because every step you take towards recovery, no matter how small, is a step towards a healthier, happier you. One last thing, remember that recovery isn't about going back to who you were before the disorder. It's about becoming who you were meant to be. It's about embracing your true self, in all its glory and imperfections. Because you are enough, just as you are. So here's to your new beginning, your journey to becoming the best version of yourself. Recovery isn't about going back to who you were before the disorder. It's about becoming who you were meant to be. Recovery from an eating disorder is a journey, not a destination. It's about learning, growing, and evolving. It's about understanding your relationship with food, with your body, and with yourself. It's about rediscovering the joy in life and finding balance. But it's also about acknowledging that there will be challenges along the way. We've walked through the silent battles, unmasked the misconceptions, explored the roots of eating disorders, and looked at the first steps towards recovery. We've shed light on the multitude of treatment options available and highlighted the immense power of support. And we've celebrated the new beginnings that emerge after recovery. But here's the thing, the journey doesn't end there. Just as life continues to ebb and flow, so too does the path to recovery. There will be setbacks and triumphs, dark days and days filled with light. And that's okay, because recovery is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about taking one step at a time, one day at a time. The journey to recovery is also about continuous learning. It's about staying informed, understanding the complexities of eating disorders, and realizing that they're not just about food. It's about recognizing the signs, being aware of the triggers, and knowing when to seek help. But beyond learning, it's also about supporting those who are on this journey. It's about offering a listening ear, a shoulder to lean on, or a hand to hold. It's about fostering a sense of community where everyone feels seen, heard, and understood. Remember, hope is a powerful force. It fuels the journey, lights the path, and keeps us moving forward. Never lose sight of it. So let's continue this journey together. Let's keep learning, supporting, and spreading hope. Let's keep talking about eating disorders, breaking down the stigma, and building a world where everyone feels safe to share their story. Together, we can shed light on these disorders and support those on their journey to recovery. Like this video and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content.